Alright. Let's go ahead and load state. I'm going to do another save state also. Just in case. I feel like it can never hurt to have. Alright. Cool. So the reason I'm doing such an early stream is I realize that Pokemon Champions comes out in less than 2 weeks. We have like 10, 11 days here. And I would like to complete the main game before then. So that's going to be... Oh, nice. Silph Co. Alright. Go to Lavender Town. Yeah, so by main game, I mean... get all of the gym badges, go through the Elite Four, and defeat our rival, the champion. But to do that, especially, you know, given how busy I get at work and stuff, I'm going to have to really grind. So, yeah, it's going to be either a longer stream, maybe a double stream, who knows. I might, like, you know, stream a couple hours now, a couple hours later. But, yeah, let's do it. So, looking at our current team, gotta go heal, but we didn't have to sack anybody between the Rocket Guards and Giovanni, and for that I'm grateful. And then we also have 2 Mons in our PC as well. So, looking at our PC, yeah, we have Blaziken and Moongus, Shinra, and Toad. Let me see. So I think we have more Team Rocket next. I'm pretty sure. Let me pull up the boss list here. I'll get to Lavender Town and, like, you know, actually evaluate who it is. But if it's Team Rocket, then first Grunt's gonna send out a Pelipper. Seems like a job for luck. If it is the mini boss, because I think there's a mini boss in Pokemon Tower as well, they open with Double Battle, Pincurchin, and they have their own Grimmsnarl. Oh, how do they get Light Clay? I was told I couldn't get Light Clay until post-game. Alright, I think then I'm going to bring Toad, and let's temporarily bench... First one's a special attacker, so I'm going to bench Agio for now. I think, though, we also got our level cap increased, right, for beating Giovanni. Let me see. Yep. Play rough. Yeah. I'll learn play rough. Actually, no. I'm gonna keep Sucker Punch for now. I won't learn Foul Play, but it's nice to have. Entrainment. No, that's okay. Although Entrainment, I could actually make use of too. Right? If we have a Pokemon that we're up against that has a really annoying ability. I actually might want to learn Rage Powder for the double battle, but we'll see. That'll be a later thing. Yeah, I could go like Rage Powder, because Pincurchin is going to be just electric and water type moves. Grimmsnarl is just dark and fairy. So Rage Powder while the other Mon deals with just doing damage. Ooh, Psycho Cut. I'll learn Psycho Cut for coverage. Let's see. No, actually. Stop going to teach Psycho Cut for now. But I believe that with this level cap increase, we also get Bitter Blade. Finally, the signature move of Cerulege. And we finally get a viable fire type move. 90 base power. Absorbs half the damage it inflicts, so we get to heal. That's fantastic. I get why they made us wait till level 54. Would have made the game a lot easier up until this point, but happy to finally have it. Goku. Acrobatics. No, but it's nice to have that option for coverage. Not really sure what I'd be covering, but it's additional damage. Alright, here we go. Level cap is set. I'm actually going to save state again. I'm going to save state twice. Save state here. I'll do another save state too. Save first 3 states. Alright, we are going to Lavender Town. Oops. Let's turn that back on. But now that we have the Silph Scope, we actually have more encounters too. So we have a Lavender Town encounter. Or I think it's just Pokemon Tower, but still, yeah, it's an encounter there. Oh, shoot. Went the wrong way. And didn't even need to. Bayonet. Interesting. Guess I'll go with Sucker Punch. Are you serious? Embargo? Alright, can't use items, whatever. There we go. Bayonet goes down. I just want to see who this first boss battle is, but I'll take this Mega Stone right here. Sableye. Cool, so when we can Mega Evolve, we get a Sableye, we can get Mega Sableye. On over this way. Elixir, I'll take that. Awakening. Now that I've also figured out how to fast forward too, though, we can skip a lot of just unnecessary aspects of battle. I should switch from Joker because there's a lot of dark ghost types in the tower. Oh shoot! All right, let's do this. There we go. Skip that. I should probably heal Joker's burn, right? Should have a burn heal somewhere here. Hope I do. I don't want to have to go to the Pokemon Center. There we go. And then let's... Actually, I probably didn't have to do that, because doesn't Pokemon Tower have that, like magic circle thing that heals all your Pokemon? What's going on, Roofso? How's it going? I could have sworn I battled her, because I'm pretty sure I've made it up further than this in the tower. Alright, either way. There we go. Yeah, for the non-boss battles, I think I'll just fast forward them to make them go a lot quicker here. Yeah. You shall join us. I don't think I shall. Oh, shoot, this is a boss battle. Alright. It's a double battle. Pincurchin and Grimmsnarl. I was not prepared. Luck and Rabbit Escape. Okay, here's what I think I'm going to do then. Lightning Rod means that we will absorb all of the electric type attacks that come through, so that's really, really good for us. I'm going to Fake Out on Grimmsnarl so that Grimmsnarl can't attack. The Electric Surge will also boost our electric type attacks, so we'll get more damage off there. Pincurchin's part water type too, which is good. Because that means that it doesn't go neutral, but is actually, or I mean it doesn't resist, but it goes neutral to electric type attacks. Bouncy Bubble, how much? Oh, that does a lot more than I would have liked. Okay. Let's do, instead of letting it get off another Bouncy Bubble, Soft Toad for luck. Oh, I don't have Mach Punch anymore on Rabbit Escape, that's right. It's fine. Alright, we can live with the light screen. Overly resist that. Drifblim is next. I wish I had known that this was a boss fight. I could have planned a little bit better. Because I'm going into this like very much just kind of empty here. I think what's most important, Drifblim might try to set up. Here's what I'll do. I'll Giga Drain on Pincurchin, and then Thunder Punch on Drifblim. I did a lot more than I would have liked. That hits both targets, doesn't it? Nope, just one. But it definitely hit. Alright, that's fine. Now that we know who we're going up against first, Pincurchin and Grimmsnarl, we can adjust our team a little bit. So I think if we're gonna want to get some good damage off here, Fake Out is a good idea, right? Fake Out on Grimmsnarl, so we reduce the risk of it setting up screens. But if Thunderbolt couldn't OHKO it, we are Modest Nature, right? With the magnet. Yeah, we have the magnet, Modest Nature. Let me see if we can get the TM for Thunder, because if Thunderbolt couldn't do it, Thunder definitely can. Where's the item list? TMs and HMs. Alright. It's at the power plant, which we can't get to just yet. Alright, Alright, instead then, what if we went... Oh, we're already adamant here. We're specially defensive Grimmsnarl. I did not know that. I don't know how I feel about that. But what if we did Joker here, right? Open with Joker. Put Luck second. So actually here. Let's put Luck here. Luck first. Joker here. The reason why I'm thinking Joker instead of Rapid Escape for the Fake Out is because Joker has a higher attack stat. So while Rapid Escape does get Stab, Joker might be able to just do more damage in general. Because we need to take out Grimmsnarl right away. Take out Grimmsnarl so they don't set up screens. No screens means that Luck can really pack a punch with Electric Terrain plus Magnet. And Pincurchin is forced to keep using Water type attacks because Electric type moves will only power up Luck. Alright, so not this way unless we want the Mega Stone, which we're not worried about right now. This way. Grab these items too. Also realizing I'm pretty sure I could have avoided that battle with both of those by just going this way. Yeah. Alright, here we go. This is the boss fight. So I am going to save state right here. And let's see, make sure the team is all set. Yeah, alright, let's do it. You shall join us. It's not creepy at all. Alright, now let's try this out. Thunderbolt into Grimmsnarl. Fake Out also into Grimmsnarl. It seems like it did about the same amount of damage. But let's see. Can we OHKO Grimmsnarl with this? No, but we got Paralysis. Okay. There are worse situations. I'm going to now Volt Switch to try to take out Grimmsnarl. Hoping that, Volt Switch, and then we'll have Joker. We'll have Joker pop a light screen here. Here we go. Nice! Full Paralysis. Alright, Grimmsnarl goes down, they get no screens. Bouncy Bubble. Into possibly Grimmsnarl, but I am going to send out Toad. Perfect, yeah, I was betting on them, trying to get the KO and Luck. Not a huge fan of how much damage Bouncy Bubble does to Luck, but it's okay. Thinking about also possibly running T-Wave on Joker here, just to kind of try to deal with... Nice. Oh, way to go, Joker. Interesting that it wouldn't Air Slash on Toad, but you know what, I'm not mad at it in the slightest. Good work, team. Oh, Citrus Berry, of course. Alright. We live this, whoever it is. Joker. I think Joker lives it, actually. Alright, there we go. Good work. Giga Drain, Pincurchin. Thing is, I need this to KO Pincurchin. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be pretty upset. There we go. Drifloon goes down. Alright, last two Mons. Cresselia, Poltegeist. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really come super prepared for either of these. Because both these Mons, Cresselia, yeah, both these Mons are a threat to the Mons that I have out on the field. What if... Oh, I have the TM for Toxic. Why didn't I give Toxic to Toad? Shoot. I could have put him on a timer and everything. Alright, let's do this. Let's switch out. No, let's not switch out. Let's... Big gamble here. I'm hoping it's going to go for Shell Smash on Poltegeist. I'm going to clear Smog to get rid of the stat changes. Switch out Joker, anticipating the Moonblast for Benny Maru. And then we'll see what we can do with that. Psyshock. That's not what we wanted. It's going to hurt. Oh, wow. That actually didn't hurt that bad. Okay, cool. Good prediction on the Shell Smash. White Herb, right? So now it just has the boost, but because of Clear Smog, it no longer has those boosts. Good, because Shell Smash stored power would have been a problem, and because of the fact that we did a little bit of damage there. Let's swap out Toad for... Anybody that I send in, right? We're kind of at risk. If they go Joker, I'm going to keep Toad in. The reason I'm going to keep Toad in is because I think we can Synthesis and heal and live. And then I think Shadow Sneak can, or Shadow Claw can handle Poltegeist. If it's just a single Psyshock, which it is, alright, then we're good. Just live this. Please just live one more Toad. Perfect. Even better. I was going to say you can be in the red, but I'll take that as well. Alright, Light Skin wore off. Ah, okay, that explains why we were doing so well. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Save state right here, just to see if... Oh, I should have done a different one. Alright, I'm going to just see if I can... I'm going to Sludge Bomb here, right? I think we can survive just one. Psyshock. No, that light screen is gone. But I'm going to see if it Psyshocks. Ah, okay. Please live. Toad, if you live, we win. Perfect. Alright, we win. Sludge Bomb. So do a little bit, not a lot, but better than nothing. Perfect. And then Sludge Bomb. Shadow Claw ends it. Nice. Nice work, team. That's what I love to see. Channeler Ruth is down. Let's go ahead and save state right there. Cool. So that thing in the middle right there is what's going to heal us. But looks like there are a couple battles we got to take care of first. I'll lead Benny. Shadow Claw, I feel like, is going to handle most of the Pokemon that we go up against. Oh, okay. No need to battle them. Pokemon fully healed. Yup. What's going on, Whooper? Alright. Cleanse Tag. Cool, I'll take that. She gonna make me battle her? Of course. Zombies. Alright, I'll speed this one up. That. I'm gonna have to battle her anyways, because I know she's gonna follow me, right? Watch. Yep. Alright, whatever. Speed up. There we go. Nugget. So this is Will-O-Wisp, okay. Nice to have. Let me check the boss battles. Alright. So there's a boss battle against the ghost here. That'll come later. I guess we'll take on this trainer next. Chimecho. nothing too difficult. I just gotta be wary of that ghost battle, because I don't know when it's gonna come. I haven't played Fire Red in such a long time that I honestly have no idea. So I guess they replaced the Marowak fight with the ghost battle. Might be here. I feel like it's right here. So just in case, I'm going to save state. Right there. Yep, this is definitely it. Alright, Pokemon Tower Ghost, Marowak, level 58, and it gets what's called, oh, it's a shiny. That's cool. Oh, shoot, wait, I wonder if it's always going to be shiny. And then it gets an Omni Boost. So it gets plus 252 HP EVs, which is crazy. Stats can't be reduced, so we can't lower its attack, defense, anything like that. And it has safeguard, so we can't, like, you know, paralyze it or poison it or anything like that. Alright, let's hope that it doesn't OHKO right here with Bonemerang or Shadow Bone. Shadow Claw, how do we do? Oh, nice, okay. Oh, it's a multi-hit. Okay. Let's see, re-strategize. Shoot, Shadow Claw did good damage too. Let's do... Let's go Reflect. Alright, set screens. Alright, fight, reflect. And because it only has attacking moves. Dang! I did a lot of damage. Okay. Oh, hold on. Go for Fire Punch again. I guess for Fire Punch again. Then... Yep, we got Flash Fire. Perfect. In fact, now I'm going to Shadow Claw, right? And hopefully with the screens... Oh, let's go! Nice crit! Shout out Benny Maru, bro. The GOAT. Oh, it wouldn't let me catch it. Dang it. Alright. Nice. Nice. Let's go back down then. Heal up. Alright, that was a lot easier than I expected. I was hoping that I could catch it because it's a shiny Pokemon. Shoot. Which means that the shiny claws would be in effect and we wouldn't be penalized. Alright, what am I doing here? Let's go Benny Maru. Shedinja. I was told Shedinja was removed from the game. I guess only for the player, huh? That's annoying. I wonder if that's a hardcore only thing, or if that's in normal modes as well. Oh well. Either way, so we beat the Marowak. Save state again. Back around here. Alright, now I think is gonna be Team Rocket Grunts. First one opens up with Pelipper. So just in case it is the Team Rocket Grunt, I'll open up with Luck. Yep. And it looks like it's just these three. Right, Grunt 1, 2, 3. Doesn't appear to be any Team Rocket fight other than that on Pokemon Tower. Okay, so... Honestly, I think we're good to Thunderbolt here. We go Thunderbolt, right? It eats the berry. Yeah, still got the OHKO. Overquill is one that I'm actually kind of worried about. Because it's adamant with a life orb, and due to Swift Swim, it has the highest speed stat right now at 234. Thankfully, though, Pelipper did not get to set up Tailwind like it was going to. If it set up Tailwind, then I would have been slower than every mon on the field. Thankfully, I am just slower than a few but not with luck. I mean, we're still slower than... Ooh, I could Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave would change the whole game, right? Bring its speed stat back down to 117. Because 117 as a speed stat makes it faster than, let's see, not Luck, not Benny, faster than Joker, faster than Toad, not Goku, and not Rabbit Escape. Cool. What do I think it's gonna use? Probably Gunk Shot, if I had to guess. I'm gonna Volt Switch. Nice, avoided the attack. Would have been a better opportunity to actually Thunder Wave then if it was going to avoid the attack anyways, but we'll be okay. Let's then do... Oh, it has Destiny Bond, and that's annoying. I'm gonna opt to Fake Out, get some damage off, flinch. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna Destiny Bond here, and I think we can tank whatever it does use. Gunk Shot. All right, please live. Oh, and we got poisoned. All right. Well. Welp. Yeah. Left off here. That's annoying. Let's save state a little closer. I'm gonna do another save state too, just so we can mess with it a little bit. Alright, so Luck for Pelipper is the right idea. What I do want to see though is if we can Volt Switch. I don't think I arranged my team the way that I needed to. No, I didn't. Alright, so Luck. Let's save state. Did I just reset? Yeah. I do that a lot. It's a Nuzlocke, so I'm trying to avoid as many KOs as possible. Alright, let's Volt Switch. Will this be an OHKO? I know Thunderbolt's an OHKO. Volt Switch is a little bit lower on the base power, so perfect. Okay, now let's see. Maybe we'll go with... Alright, could go with Benny Maru. No, here's what I'll do. Here is what I will do. I'm gonna go Goku, right? Go Goku. He's probably gonna send out Arctovish, would be my guess. Arctovish or Mr. Rhyme. Probably Arctovish for the rain boosted Fishious Rend. No, Overquill still. Okay, interesting. I guess the rain boosted Waterfall is the goal here. Alright. Well, without Stab, we might be able to live it. Let's see how we do here. Nope. Alright. That's fine. Let's, in that case... I already arranged my team, right? In that case, what I think I'm going to do is, instead of going Volt Switch, I'm going to Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. And then Grunt's going to send out Overquill. Overquill's going to try to Gunk Shot here. We wanted to miss Gunk Shot. So let's see, what if we did a save state like state 6 right here, right? So if it misses Gunk Shot, perfect. Thunder Wave lands. Now, let me see how much damage I could do. We did a little bit before with Thunder Wave, or sorry, with Volt Switch. I think Thunderbolt, we can also do decent damage here, especially with the Magnet on. Alright, if we tank this, that's great. If not, shoot. Alright. Let's load here. No, actually, let's load back here, right? Same plan. Thunderbolt. Please miss Gunk Shot. Perfect. Now it's going to Gunk Shot and not miss, probably. So we're going to Volt Switch, get some damage off. Not quite as much as we would have liked, but that's all we have. Actually, hold on. I've been approaching this all wrong. I'm sitting here just hoping to survive a Gunk Shot, completely forgetting I have a Skarmory in the PC. Alright, in that case, with the rain up, we don't have a lot of use for, I guess, Goku, right? Like, I'll see if we need to bring him back, potentially, for, like, close combat on Arctovish. But for now, I gotta set Skarmory to the right level cap also. Yeah, we'll learn Night Slash. Good coverage move there. I don't think I need to fog just yet, and she's not setting screens, so I'll take off the fog for now. Alright, there we go. There we go. Send in luck. What game is this? Sonic Adventure 2. Sorry, not Sonic Adventure 2. This is Sonic Heroes. Alright, let's Thunderbolt. It's the berry. Gunk Shot. Shoot, didn't miss. Alright. Why did I just move those? Alright. Thunder Wave. Nope. We needed to miss Gunk Shot. That is paramount here. Thunderbolt. Nope. All right. Once again. Nope. How about instead of counting on it to miss, we just go ahead and send out Gajiel and see what that does. I'm resetting because I'm doing a Nuzlocke, Hero Mero. Don't get mad at me. Why not switch Skarmory into Gunk Shot? Because I don't have really a good answer to Overquill with Skarmory. Like, Skarmory could tank Gunk Shot, but then it also has Rain Boosted Waterfall. Right, and so between Rain Boosted Waterfall and the fact that I don't really have a good answer to it. I mean, I could sit there and Iron Head and hope that I KO, but given that it's a Nuzlocke, I'm also trying to reduce damage as much as possible. So having the speed, getting rid of its Swift Swim right there is what I'm aiming to do. I could try switching Skarmory into Gunk Shot though. So let's see. Oh, that reminds me, speaking of Nuzlocke, let me put the Nuzlocke rules in the chat for anybody that might be unfamiliar. So these are the rules that we are following here. So we're gonna tank Gunk Shot. Now we have to hope that Rain Boosted Waterfall does not do enough. Throat Chop, interesting. Yeah. See, we don't have an answer to Overquill. What we could do is, let's see, assuming it goes for Throat Chop again. Alright. I have an idea. So we eat that, right? Alright, I have an idea. Now he's gonna Gunk Shot again. Okay, wait a minute. I want to start this from the beginning. Because I have an idea. Fast forward that. So we're gonna Thunderbolt, right? Should tell everyone to like the stream. That's their choice, whether or not they want to like it. Alright, Gunk Shot. Now, right, here is the plan. It's gonna go for Throat Chop. We're going to resist it. We're going to send in Joker. Right, make him use Throat Chop. We resist. Takes damage because of the Life Orb. Rain continues to fall. He's gonna go for Gunk Shot here. We're gonna fake out before he has a chance to do that. He flinches. Gunk Shot incoming. We go back to Skarmory to eat that. Gunk Shot, again, we eat it, right? He's either going to Waterfall or Throat Chop. I think regardless, we're good to go Rabbit Escape here. Might anticipate the switch out in Gunk Shot again, though. Okay, Waterfall is not the worst thing in the world. I did a lot more than I would have liked, though. Alright, now we're going to fake out. The thing I'm worried about now, though, is that a Gunk Shot is not guaranteed. Because he doesn't need Gunk Shot to KO, right? So I don't know if the AI is going to risk a move with 80% accuracy when one with 100 would KO just fine. Because the AI is supposed to always go for the KO. But let's see. What if instead... I'm gonna go Gajiel. No, I'm gonna go Toad. Because I think Toad eats both Gunk Shot and Waterfall for sure. Alright, Toad definitely eats Waterfall. Not as much as I would have liked, but eats are eats. Now, do we eat a Gunk Shot? I hope we do. Reason I hope we do is... Right, it's not going to waterfall again. Sending Gajeel. Gotta play the switch game a lot with Quilladin. Or sorry, over Quill. Mixing up my Quill bonds. Alright, now we're in a decent spot, right? Now we can go in and we can Iron Head. Throat Chop is going to get us Life Orb damage. Iron Head. Alright, perfect. And it's going to take itself out with whatever move it uses next. Ah, Destiny Bond. Okay, smart. That's exactly why we went for the Roost. Gajeel's back. And Toad is at full health, which means Toad eats anything that they throw at it. Oh, interesting. Arctivish. Ah. We can live a Vicious Rend, anything else cannot. But in terms of the ice type moves this thing has, it does have Freeze Dry and Icicle Crash. Its special attack is pretty lackluster, so I'm not super worried about that. Physical attack is also only 90, so I think we'll be okay. But we'll see. You know what? Yeah, let's go for the Giga Drain. Vicious Rend. Interesting. Yikes, I did a lot of damage. Okay. But. Perfect. Is no longer water boosted. Rain continues to fall. Here's where I have to make a decision. Do I think he's going to go for Vicious Rend again? I could put it into the damage calculator, which I'll probably end up doing, right? Because if we can live a Vicious Rend, that's fine. We Giga Drain, Arctivish is out of here. If I think he's going to go for an Ice-type move, right, then I can safely switch in Fumons. I can safely switch in Luck. Ideally, though, Benimaru would come in. Even Gajeel would be okay. If he goes for Vicious Rend, though, I can't switch in Benimaru for sure, Rabbit Escape for sure, Luck for sure. Probably not Joker, and Gajeel would be in a pretty bad spot, although I think Gajeel would survive. So, yeah, I'm going to put it in the damage calc. If I can live a Vicious Rend here, then I will. I'll just stay in. Let's see. What nature am I running on this? Alright, plus defense minus speed. Alright. At level 56. But instead of having 211 health, we only have 123. And we are up against Arctivish. Alright, so there just simply is no Arctivish for the Pokemon Tower Grunt 1. I gotta build this thing myself? That's annoying. Arctivish is gonna be also level 56. And if it's using Vicious Rend with Rain active. Okay, cool. It's looking like guaranteed 2-hit KO. So Grunt is playing way too good. Yeah, the Radical Red AI is notoriously smart. Not only is the AI really smart, but it also has like an anti-exploitation mechanism where it will like change its decision making in real time based on the buttons you press if it feels like you are too much exploiting. Icicle Crash. Okay. Can we live this? Shoot. That's really not what I wanted to happen. Okay. I should have saved state, actually, and then switch into Benny, but that's alright. Oh, what if I do this? There's a method to the madness here, I promise. Alright, so Thunderbolt. Y'all have already seen most of this. Go Gajeel. Gunk Shot. Doesn't affect us. I should have put it in the damage calculator for Icicle Crash 2. That probably would have given me a little bit more insight as to what it was going to use and how much damage it would have done. But that's okay. Now we know that at a little over half health, Icicle Crash still does a lot of damage. Alright, now we fake out. Now it's gonna waterfall. It thinks I'm going to go into Joker again. Yep. That does like so much more damage than I would have liked it to. Okay, let's think. A Night Slash can't get the KO. A Waterfall can't get the KO. A Gunk Shot probably can. Destiny Bond obviously won't really do anything in this situation. And what's the other move it has? Night Slash, Destiny Bond, Gunk Shot, Waterfall. Oh, that's 4. Okay. I think it's probably gonna go Gunk Shot again. I guess I'm going back to Gajeel. Let's see. Interesting. Throat Chop. Throat Chop, not Night Slash. We have Night Slash, right? Yeah. Let's Roost. Alright, now because I'm healing, I think he's gonna Waterfall. Try to get more damage off and stop me from getting the health. Oh, nice. Dodge the attack. So we anticipated the switch. Next, I think he's going to go for another Gunk Shot. Either could go for a Throat Chop or a Waterfall, but I think another Gunk Shot. So, switch in. What I should be doing is counting how many times he's used Gunk Shot. Throat Chop again. See, now comes the part where it's kind of hard to tell, is the AI reading my switches, or is it changing its decision making based on what I do? I don't think he's going to go for Gunk Shot again. And so because of that, I feel relatively safe going Rapid Escape. Good choice. Alright, now he is either going to switch, or that Life Orb damage is going to mean GG's for him. I say we take the risk on the Life Orb damage, because Toad can eat pretty much whatever he throws at us. Destiny Bond, that's right, we knew this was coming. I guess I'm going Synthesis here then. Yeah. Whoa, that did a lot of damage. Okay. That did a whole lot of damage. Please go Throat Chop here. Would be my ideal scenario. I messed up somewhere on my switching too. Alright, Quilladin goes down, or Overquill, not Quilladin. Yeah, Overquill goes down, but now we're in a really, really bad spot. Like, really, really, really bad. Because I messed up somewhere not keeping track of my switching. Get the fake out off. Now this Ninetales is choiced, right? It has choice specs. So I think it's gonna Moonblast. I have a decent switch into Moonblast, but choice specs are still something to worry about. Let's see how much it does on Toad. If Joker was full health, I would just be rotating Toad and Joker, honestly. Alright, yeah, Moonblast. Isn't Moonblast weaker in the rain? Or am I thinking of something else? Oh, nice. Perfect. Alright, special attack dropped, but I am more than okay with that. Because... I mean, I'm not more than okay with that. I would actually rather it didn't drop. I could Sludge Bomb, but I'm gonna Giga Drain. No light screen? I could set up screens, but I didn't trust that Specs Ninetales wouldn't KO through the light screen. And just because it's a Nuzlocke, I gotta be a little bit more conservative with that regard. Okay. So he's clearly willing to sack Ninetales. You know what I'll do? Let's go Benimaru. Right, we tank this. And then... Okay, also, why is he getting every special attack drop? Hello? Oh, Alolan Ninetales has Serene Grace in this game. That's why. Okay. Alright, now the only thing that I'm kind of worried about is gonna be Arctivish. Because I can just... Oh, okay. I would have been somewhat annoyed if that was Arctivish because I could have Will-O-Wisped. Really? I got Frostbite from Ice Body. Okay. Who's faster, me or Mr. Rhyme? Not that it really matters. The only move that it has that could really threaten me here is Psychic. Thunder goes neutral, and although it is guaranteed hit, it's not going to paralyze us. So yeah, we're slower, but with a special defense of 134, I think we are good to Bitter Blade here. I could also try Shadow Sneak. No, let's Bitter Blade, because we're going to get back most of the damage, whatever it does. Yeah, Bitter Blade, we get that damage back. Over to save. I already have my saves. I probably should do like a save state. I'll do a save state here. Just if I want to test AI behavior a little bit. Hurt by Frostbite. Alright, Arctivish, I'm sure. Ninetales again. Probably gonna Weather Ball would be my guess then. Alright. It's gonna Weather Ball, then we are going to go Toad. And actually this might end up being a little bit more beneficial. Because without the of course you get a crit. This is the luckiest Ninetales in the world, dude. Like I know they gave it Serene Grace, but come on. Withdrew. Alright, here we go. I should have Giga Drained, but I didn't. Now we have to deal with Vicious Rend, which is going to do a lot of damage. In fact, it might even OHKO. We do have that save just in case, but I'm not too optimistic. Yeah. Alright, let's go right here, right? Because we know that... How'd I like the latest episode of Fire Force? I loved it. I finished the manga not too long ago, a few months ago. So I was looking forward to seeing this get animated, and I am pretty satisfied. Okay, it outspeeds. It's gonna go Weather Ball. So we do, in fact, go Toad. Ninetales gets a crit because it's Ninetales. Now, here's what I'm thinking, right? If we do think it's going to switch out and go Arctivish, we could test our luck with luck. Withdrew Ninetales, right? We also get a nice heal too on Toad. Now, Thunderbolt, because Vicious Rend is going to KO me, so we need Thunderbolt to OHKO here. Alright. Let me see if that was high roll Or sorry, was that a low roll? High roll, right? Did I get lucky or what's going on there? Because if that was just a low roll, then I'm honestly fine just trying that again until we get a high roll and an Oko. Nope, it's a guarantee 2-hit KO at full health. Alright, what if... What's going on, Holiday Shay? There's no shiny hunts in Pokopia, but the game is almost as fun as Champions will be. Well, Champions TBD. We gotta see. I got high hopes for it. But no shiny hunts, good. Good. Hot take, good. Shiny Pokemon are cool, but I don't know. I mean, to each their own. I never understood the appeal of spending like hours upon hours hoping that Amon is shiny. Right? It's one thing if it's like your favorite Pokemon or your favorite shiny, but the people that like try to do that for every single Pokemon, oh my goodness. I don't know. Far more patience than I will ever have, that's for sure. Okay, so we go here. Like, I can hope for a crit, right? Oh, what if... What if I did this, right? Volt Switch. It's not going to KO, but does okay damage. Now, Arctivish Vicious Rends. What if I hope to survive this, right? Oh, let's go. All right, we lived. Now. If he does not Vicious Rend again, right? I'm really hoping he's going to go for an Ice type move here. Because looking at the moves... Freeze Dry, Psychic Fangs, Icicle Crash, Vicious Rend... I'm willing to bet, right, that it doesn't go... I'm willing to bet that it goes for either Vicious Rend or Icicle Crash. I need it to be really anything but Vicious Rend. Anything but Vicious Rend would be phenomenal. Yeah. Let's hope for Icicle Crash. The reason I say that is because if we get Icicle Crash, then Weak Armor triggers, and we get a double speed boost on Benimaru. Right, at that point, since we'll outspeed Ninetales, Psychic Fangs, beautiful. Live that. Weak Armor, yep. Defense might have fallen, but our speed doubled. We'll live this next turn of Frostbite. Come in with a Bitter Blade, get a little bit of that health back, and now we will outspeed Alolan Ninetales. It lived? Oh my goodness, okay. Okay, you see that? That is like... Unbelievable is not the word, dude. Unbelievable is not the word. You're not telling me that, like, okay, the rain is falling. Thing was on like 15% health. Okay, what did we decide here? We decided Weather Ball, but... we were going to... I think we want Rabbit Escape, right? To try to live the Weather Ball. Nope, that wasn't it. Who lived the Weather Ball before? We got a bait out. Was it Joker? Maybe we do go Toad here. I'm mad that I can't remember what I did before, too, because that was, like, definitely the thing that I should have done the whole time. Landing the crit is annoying enough already. What if I went Giga Drain here? Alright, now gotta hope to... If I live a Vicious Rend, I think we're in the clear. Of course not. I'm really mad that Arctivish lived the Bitter Blade before. Like, are we for real? Alright, goes Weather Ball. Like, Toad is a safe switch-in, for sure. Why don't I just pull up the on-demand video, actually, and just rewind a couple minutes so I can see. Ah, that's right, okay. I had gone Toad, right? Issue Weather Balls. Yeah, I went Toad, a Weather Ball. And now, because that was a crit, they won't be able to probably OHKO from this stage. Now they switch into Arctivish, and my response to that was to go Luck, yeah. That's right. There we go. What's going on, Umbreon? Yeah, now... We know that nothing that we have can one-hit KO, but we also know that Volt Switch can get off some decent damage here. More than decent, actually. Right? And we know that Toad is in a position to be able to survive Vicious Rend. Water Gem strengthens it. It's going to be the strongest Vicious Rend that it has. Now, I don't think we can live another one. But I'm willing to test that, actually. Let's save state, like, right here. Alright, I'm willing to test if we can live another one. No, right, because that's Psychic Fangs. That's okay. In that case, right, because it's going Psychic Fangs next... We are going to... Just go Luck. We eat this. And now we can either Thunderbolt or Thunder Wave, doesn't really matter too much. Not Thunder Wave or Thunderbolt, sorry, Volt Switch or Thunderbolt. Let's Volt Switch, though, because our next switch-in will determine who the Rocket person sends in also. I think we can send in Toad, right? Reason I'm thinking Toad is we bait them into using an Ice-type move, and then we have both Luck and Benny to tank them. Could send in Joker, but unfortunately Gajil's not in a position to be tanking a bunch of Moonblasts. Toad is, though. Right? So, let's go from Benny to Joker. Right, we're going to send out Joker. Fake out for just a little bit of free damage there. So go fake out. Flinch. Choice Specs, Moonblast, Ninetales very well may be able to get through screens in Oko here. So, just in case, now is when we go into Toad. Should be able to live this. We do get the special attack drop, but it's okay. Nice. If I get like a poison, that's even better. Alright, no poison, but should be GG's here. I don't think it KOs us with one more. I think we live one more. I don't know why I selected Clear Smog. Nope. Alright, that's fine. Where did I leave off? Right here? Yeah. So, Psychic Fangs. Go to Luck. Volt Switch. Joker. We're almost there. We are almost there. The thing about Radical Red is it feels like less like a traditional Pokemon game and more like a puzzle game. It's like just constantly figuring out the right moves. You got to go back on some stuff and then just test other methods out. Alright, so now we know that once we get to, what was it, like 46 health, we are going to want to switch to Benimaru, who's going to be able to end it with a Shadow Sneak. Yeah. Get the special attack drop. That's annoying because if we didn't have the special attack drop too, then Sludge Bomb would be a KO. Alright, as long as it doesn't crit here, we're good. Okay, we know at 46 health, we still get taken out by Moonblast. But given that this thing is locked into Moonblast, we send out another Mom that resists. Perfect. Special attack drop never really bothered me. And now we end it. Alright, finally. One Rocket Grunt down, 2 more to go. Ugh. The things I do to try to avoid fainting any mons on my team, man. Alright. So that's our team so far. That's how they're doing. Definitely going to save state. I'm going to save in a bunch of slots. Save one here. Save one there. And I'll save one here too. Alright. First thing I'm going to do then is head back down. Get healed. Alright, next one opens up with Klefki. That has Prankster, so that's obviously going to be annoying to deal with. And a Focus Sash. But I do have a couple ideas here. Save state. How do you quick save? Alright, there we go. Got a bunch of save states. Alright, so my plan is we are going to open up with Rabbit Escape. And what we are also going to do is use our ability pill here. Okay. Can't do that, I guess. What we can do, however, is use a Dream Patch. There we go. So now that the ability is Cute Charm instead of Limber, we will be susceptible to Klefki's Thunder Wave. If we can trick Klefki into using Thunder Wave, then we will be able to get the Lightning Rod boost for luck. And with that, we'll be able to not only do a decent amount of damage on most mons on the team, on just about all mons on the team, really, actually. I am somewhat worried about Flame Orb, Guts, Facade, Obstagoon, but we'll worry about that when we worry about that. So we're going to open up with Fake Out, break the Sash. Won't do a lot, but it's something. Now, I'm hoping it goes Thunder Wave and not Spikes. If it goes Spikes, then we'll figure that out, I guess. Alright, one Spikes. Alright, in that case, let's go to our PC and grab... Let's grab Shinra. No, let's grab Goku for now. This Fire Punch packs more of a punch, and it's a little bit faster. I don't really need Skarmory for this one. Still leading with Rapid Escape, yeah, that should work. Alright. Fake out. Alright, now it's going to set up spikes. We outspeed unless it tries to set up more spikes or goes for Thunder Wave. There we go. Actually, I probably did want Skarmory because Skarmory has Defog. And that would have actually been pretty helpful. Alright, Dragouge. Or Dragalge, however this thing is pronounced. Flip Turn, Scald, Dragon Pulse, Sludge Wave. I think Toad is our safest switch then? Yikes. Okay. Alright. Starting to put together a plan here. I think... Here's what I'll do. Let's bring back Skarmory. Keeping Infernape though. And instead, let's move Toad to the PC. Still have Rapid Escape leading, right? Yeah. Or, you know what I could do? Lead Infernape. Because all Prankster does is give a +1 priority to non-offensive moves, right? And what that means is that they'll get one round of spikes off because it'll have priority over my Fire Punch. However, if both Pokemon use a move with the same priority level, right? So all of Klefki's non-attacking moves have a +1 priority. I also have a move with a +1 priority, Mach Punch. And if both Pokemon use a move with an equal priority level, the Pokemon with the faster speed stat will use it first, meaning that I can use Mach Punch here and KO Klefki, only allowing it to get off one layer of spikes instead of two, dealing less damage every time I switch in. Just like that. Strategy, man. I'm telling y'all, this game feels more like a puzzle than anything. Now, what did it use before? It used Sludge Wave. What I don't know is if that was a read on my Amoonguss. But if it wasn't, what's an Engagil? It wasn't a read. Okay. What that tells me, the fact that it didn't use Flip, Turn, or Scald, even though the type matchup would have worked out better than a Sludge Wave, tells me that it would have done more damage with a Sludge Wave than it did with Flip, Turn, or Scald. So, I am going to... I got rid of Defog. I got rid of Defog. Aye! Alright. Here we go. So, to the PC. Move Skarmory around for Moongus. Probably going to save state right here, too. Alright, Skarmory's around. Go back to our bag, back to the TM case. The fog. In place of, I don't think we need Night Slash. Alright. I messed up the order. We did give you Defog, right? Yep. Alright. Leading Goku. What if I went... Alright, so we open with Fire Punch. Gets off one layer of spikes. Go, consume Sash, Mach Punch, one layer of spikes, that's it. I forgot how much damage one layer of spikes does, but I don't believe it's a lot at all. Dragouge, E, however it's pronounced, it's an Engagio. And in sending Engagio, we completely tank. I don't even think it counts as tanking it, like it shit doesn't affect us. We wall, is probably a better term, the Sludge Wave. And now we use the fog. We're faster than... Wow, this is a slow Pokemon. Yeah, base speed of 44. It makes sense. Okay. And it doesn't have anything but Dragon Pulse. There's no way Dragon Pulse did that much damage. I mean, I know that we're not the most... especially defensive Pokemon, but yeesh, man. Alright. Now we send in Joker. What I'm going to do is Fake Out. He is going to almost guaranteed Sludge Wave again. Live that. Only thing is, right, we can't keep switching out because the Black Sludge is going to bring him back to full health. I say, here, I'm going to Roost real quick. See if it does that much to a mon that resists Dragon Pulse. I really don't, like, I'm scared to send it in against anything else. Special attack, interestingly enough, though, is only 97. So this might just be more of a testament to Skarmory's low special defense. Skarmory's special defense is at 100. So that's lower than Benny, lower than Joker, lower than Goku. And Goku is by no means a defensive Pokemon. Lower than Rabbit Escape, who is also by no means a defensive Pokemon. And higher than Luck. Wow, okay, so Skarmory actually has the second lowest special defense on the team. But does that mean that a move that it resists will do less damage, or will do more damage to it than a move that goes neutral? I don't know. Additionally, Dragouge has a very high special defense. And the best moves that I have to deal with it are all physical. Except for Ice Punch. Let me send in Rabbit Escape, see how much I can do off a Fake Out and an Ice Punch. Nope. Well, yeah, that was a crit. I didn't even mean to return. Okay. I guess we're gonna find out how much return does. Not a lot. What I am curious about is how much does Ice Beam do? I'm gonna reset because I don't want to lose Rabbit Escape just yet. And Nuzlocke rules are Nuzlocke rules, but let's see how much Ice Beam does. Okay, Ice Beam KOs it at half health. Let's reset here. Fast forward a little bit. Gagio. Fog. Now we gotta eat a Dragon Pulse. Alright, all the moves are PowerPoint maxed in hardcore mode. I don't think I'll be able to stall out Dragon Pulse. I'm just mad it does this much damage. Is my team just that, like, weak to special attacks? Guess so. Like, dude, yeah, it did massive damage. Let's go Ice Beam here. Ah, so close. Ah, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Solution. Problem, solution. Problem, solution. Problem, solution. Give the Never Melt Ice to Luck instead of the Magnet, and that should give us that little push that we need for Ice Beam to be an OHKO on Dragalge. And because Braviary and Honchkrow are also both weak to Ice, that puts us in a pretty good position there. I am slightly worried about Honchkrow, but it does have Super Luck instead of Moxie, which is good. It does carry Sucker Punch, which is kind of annoying. But that's just a priority move, so I think we'll be okay there. Because we are still faster than it with a decent amount of our team. Fire Punch. Mach Punch. Gagio. Fog. Luck. Alright, Ice Beam with the Never Melt Ice. This should do the job here. Dude! Like, are we serious? Are we for real? Alright, maybe I'll go and get myself a physical attacker then. Because clearly, Dragalge's special attack is just too monstrous, and a maxed out special attack with a Never Melt Ice is not enough to OHKO that thing. So, let's see. Yeah, and I can't get the TM for Blizzard until I get to Cinnabar Island, so that's not happening, unfortunately. Not a lot of Mons that have higher special attack at this stage that can also use ice type moves. Oh, no way I didn't battle her, really? Alright, well, if I didn't battle her before, here we go. Did I have to battle her? Did I sneak around? I think I snuck around. Yeah, I definitely snuck around. Okay, so we exit Pokemon Tower. We look at the Pokemon that are available to do this challenge with. There's no Pokemon that we can encounter in Lavender Town. But in terms of just encounters, we do have a raid den here that we have not used yet. That's going to give us Yanma. Don't think I can use Yanmega. Pretty sure Yanmega's a special attacker anyways. I'm looking for a physical attacker ideally. Is that Drampa? Okay, it's not bad. You know who does have my interest though for this task? If I head on over to Vermilion City. Let's go ahead and do... quick bike ride over here. The Diglett's Cave. We do have the raid den in here as well. Maybe I should have came in the other way. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and hopefully... what is that? It's a Misdreavus. It's not what I was looking for. Or a Stonejourner. Okay. Stonejourner is a physical attacker. A pretty powerful one. Can learn moves like Earthquake. The only thing is it has abysmal special defense. So, like... I don't even know, right? I'm pretty sure we'll be able to tank a single Dragon Pulse from Dragouge. Maybe, though. Because going neutral on Zebstrika is already somewhat concerning enough. Let me see. Yeah, Zebstrika, base special defense is 63. Dragon Pulse going neutral still brought it down to the yellow. Stonejourner has a base special defense of... 50. Really not good. Base speed of 80 though, right? Base speed of 80, meaning that it would outspeed Dragouge. So if we can just tank like a single Dragon Pulse, then we would be able to, right, with the base attack of 125, get access to Bulldoze. TM for Earthquake, I don't think we have. If we do, that's even better. But let me see. I'll check the TM list here. Ah, okay. We can get the TM for Earthquake as well. What's going on, Gunner Liam? Currently doing a run, and you're at the Team Rocket Game Corner. Just left there. Just finished beating Giovanni, and I'm building a team right now for the Lavender Tower. Any particular challenges? Any like doing Nuzlocke or like hardcore mode or anything? Not that the base game by itself isn't a challenge enough. Alright, let's see. So let's go for Stonejourner here. I'm gonna bring along a special attacker for this. So it's gonna be Luck. Could also use Toad. Also go Goku and Rapid Escape. I wonder if... okay, cool. And there's a TM for Side Shock. So I could also get a really powerful special attacker and teach it Side Shock. And I think I have just the Mon for that too. So actually, if this doesn't work out, then go max lightning. Actually, you know what? I think I do want to do that instead. I could do both. Let's do both. So we'll catch Stunjourner. Max Quake. Okay. That's not very nice, but at least we know it carries a ground type move. Oh! Okay. And you got a crit. I'm gonna max guard actually, because I want to break that shield that it has up. Of course it doesn't attack me the turn that I max guard. Alright, let's, I guess I'll max lightning again then. Should do a little bit more damage this time because of the electric terrain. Alright, as long as I survive Rock Slide. Of course I don't survive Rock Slide. Alright, that's annoying. Like, super annoying, actually. Alright, let's leave Pokemon Tower. I should have saved after I left. But, well. Head this way. Step in here to heal. Alright, so we know that Stunjourner is there, and it's a lot tougher than we expected. But that is not really a huge concern right now. What I'm more concerned with is head back to Celadon. And I'm hoping for certain Pokemon over here within the raid den. Alright, perfect. This is what I was looking for. Oranguru. A very powerful special attacker with high special defense, and will have access to Psyshock. So, what I'm going to do is save state. Let's do a bunch of save states, actually. Save state. Alright. Oranguru being weak to Bug and Dark. I don't really have a lot of that, but what I do have is... Have I unlocked the move relearner? I have. I could put down spikes for chip damage on Dragouge, right? Could do that. That way when it switches in, problem is it's switching into an Infernape, so I don't have any time to put down any spikes. Oh, what I could do... alright, let me think. If Skarmory learns it early enough. I don't think it does. There might be a TM for it, though. Let me see what Skarmory's learn set looks like. What I could do, even if I can't learn spikes yet, because we're going to keep Skarmory for the defog. What I can do... Oh, okay, learn by move tutor. So there is a tutor that will teach it spikes. I don't know where the tutors are, though. I have a guide here so I can find it. But, let's see. Alright. Let's check move relearn. Doesn't learn spikes yet. But there's a move tutor somewhere. Let me check the documentation. Ah, okay, so the move tutor for spikes isn't until Cinnabar Island. But, what I can do, right, a little bit of gambling here. Klefki, the first month the Team Rocket Grunt sends out Klefki, has Spikes, Thunder Wave, Foul Play, and Play Rough. First thing it always tries to do is get up a full layer of Spikes, right? So I've never seen what Klefki goes for after getting all its spikes up. What I could potentially do is send out Infernape, right? Fire Punch that first turn to get it to consume the Focus Sash. It's down to 1 HP. At that point, I switch into Skarmory. Skarmory takes no spikes damage. Right, so... No, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. Because it'll have 1 layer of spikes, 1 HP. No, that could work. Switch into Skarmory. 2 layers of spikes, 1 HP. I click Defog. It gets 3 layers of spikes up first. Defog wipes them. Now the question is, does Klefki stay in to try to set spikes again, knowing that at 1 HP, it's pretty much a sack already? Or does it say, okay, we tried spikes, that didn't work, let's go for Thunder Wave? Because if Klefki goes for Thunder Wave with no spikes on the field, I can safely switch in Zebstrika, who, with Never Melt Ice on, plus a Modest Nature, plus the special attack boost that we'll get with Lightning Rod from Thunder Wave, should be able to one-hit KO Dragalge. And if it can one-hit KO Dragalge, I have full confidence it can also one-hit KO Braviary and Honchkrow. Oh, just thinking about it, I'm kind of excited. Okay, you know what? I have a save state right here in front of the raid den. I'm actually gonna go try that out and see if I can make that happen. So let's go here, right? Do I have the team set for it? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try that. And then if that doesn't work, we'll catch Oranguru and see how well Oranguru does. Honestly though, all Oranguru might end up doing is forcing out Dragalge instead of going for, you know, a Sludge Wave or something. It might switch into Obstagoon or Honchkrow, which is fine. I do have counters for those. But let's see if we can make this happen. So we go for Fire Punch, right? Consume the Focus Sash. It has 1 layer of spikes up out of 3. It's gonna go for spikes again. Rather than trying to break the sash or KO it here, not break the sash because we already did, but rather than trying to KO, I'm gonna switch into Gajiel, right? It's gonna go for another layer of spikes. It has 2 layers of spikes up and 1 HP. I could very easily defog to get rid of them, but it'll probably, yeah, I could do that, right? So 2 layers of spikes. Next, we defog, right? Let it get the 3rd layer of spikes up. Shoot, all right, instant withdrawal. That's kind of okay though. Still get rid of spikes. Unfortunately though, it does now have knockoff, parting shot, close combat, a lot of things, and facade. It might not go for facade just because of type matchups, but I am faster than it. Speed set is only 140. Mine is 148. If it doesn't go for facade, I'm good. If it goes for like knockoff, it won't go for knockoff because I have no item. So probably close combat maybe? Let's see. I'm gonna bet on close combat and shift Benimaru. Yeah, close combat. hurt by the burn. Now it has to go for a knockoff, which is fine because we'll just send that into Goku. Knockoff's going to do a little bit more damage because of the guts, but that's okay. We're still going to live comfortably, actually. Citrus Berry. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot that I used a Citrus Berry for the fight against Giovanni and never took that off. All right, now we close combat. Withdraw, to be expected. Dragalgy. Okay, actually, this kind of works. This kind of works. Ah, okay. Let's see. I'm gonna save state like right here, just to see what it does, because we can't KO it. Is he going to go for the water type move or the sludge wave? If you go for the sludge wave, I can send in Luck and take you out. Or sorry, if you go for the sludge wave, send in Gajiel to bait you into sending out Luck. Let's go Gajiel. I think he's not going to. I think he's gonna go for the sludge wave to be safe. Alright, Gajiel. Sludge Wave, perfect. Yeah, restores a little bit of health. Now I gotta act a little faster here, but he's gonna Dragon Pulse. I can live that. Not only do I live that, but because he's already taken some damage, Ice Beam is now a KO. Alright. So it may end up working out that we don't need the Oranguru, which I don't mind, you know, saving that encounter for later on. Obstagoon comes out. Now we are faster. I don't know how much damage I can do though. Alright, to the damage calculator, I guess. We already have Zebstrika in here. Doesn't seem like they have the Obstagoon set in here. That's fine. We can do blank set. We'll just do it based off of what the guide says. Jolly Nature, Guts, Flame Orb. Not that it matters too much what the ability is, because the ability is not going to affect damage it takes. But let's see. And it's not at full HP, right? We know that because it took a little bit of damage from the burn. It only took damage from the burn also. So the burn does what? 12.5% damage or 6% damage? I think it does 6. Poison does 12.5. One-eighth. So about 12.5%. Okay. Ice Beam on Zebstrika, and then for the item we go Never Melt Ice. I don't think we're gonna get a Oko here though. I'm not very confident in that, but just out of curiosity to see what I can do. Why is this still a scroll menu and not just like a search? It's kind of crazy. No, yeah, even still, we're looking at a guarantee to a KO. Okay, now our question becomes, what is Zebstrika gonna use? Could use just about anything, but it has seen Cerulege, so it might go knockoff, anticipating that. I think in that case, I'm mad I took all the fighting type moves off of Rabbit Escape. I could still get in a nice fake out return. Let's do that. Let's try that. Oh! Yikes. Okay. That's not fun. I'm gonna try that Skarmory strat one more time. It's 2 layers of spikes. Withdraws, we defog. If I had body press on Skarmory, that would also be like a high key game changer too. Alright, now we remember that he goes for, I believe, close combat. We send out Benny to bait him into dark type move. To which we send out Goku. Now Goku scares him enough that he is going to send out Dragalge. You know what? I think we're just going to close combat anyways. He's going to switch. We're going to just do the damage. We're going to send in Luck. No, first we're going to send in Gajiel because he Sludge Waves. Now we send in Joker. Or sorry, no, we send in Luck. Need a Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam. He sends Opposite Beam back in. And then he close combated, right? So actually, since we're faster, what if we Volt Switch? Free damage. Send in Benny Maru. Am I faster? I might be. Hold on. Hold on. Let me scroll down here. What is the base speed? Obsidian's base speed is 95. That actually does sound faster than Ceruledge, but let's see. With Jolly Nature too? No, I have Jolly Nature. My speed is 128, his is 140. Shoot, he's faster. Darn it. Darn it. Okay. He's gonna go for the Dark type move because he doesn't have another choice. Maybe now we go Rabbit Escape. Right? Fake out into return and take out Obstagoon. He knocks off. We're okay with that. I would have liked to have my Muscle Band, but not the end of the world. And now I fake out. He doesn't move. He's probably going to try to close combat. So I'm going to just return here. Is he faster? I must have Adamant Nature on Rabbit Escape. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Do I have Adamant Nature on you? Oh, why did I put Adamant? You're not supposed to have Adamant Nature. Okay, that's annoying. For a number of reasons. But it's okay. Because we know how to get to that point. Fire Punch. Pokemon. Let's go Gajiel. Benny, Goku. I might even take Goku's item off so knockoff does even less damage in the long run, but that'll be a problem for another time. Alright, now back to Luck. He goes close combat here. Now he goes... I think he knocks off again, right? Actually, he's gonna knock off again. I'm actually pretty comfortable going Infernape. And if Infernape has a Jolly Nature, we outspeed, but I'm going to check. Because I'm mad that I didn't check before. Alright, this time we definitely outspeed. In fact, do we even have Jolly Nature, or are we just like that? Oh, we're just like that. We're Adamant Nature, yeah, we're just like that. Okay, cool. Actually, Infernape's always been the fastest mon in battle. It's just a matter of having a good switch in. Cool. So, now we can pretty safely go for close combat. Take out Obstagoon. Nice. Braviary would be my guess, but also, I was going to say Honchko isn't a bad switch. Drill Peck maybe? Alright, yeah, let's assume... Let's go in Drill Peck. Could also Heat Wave. You know what? Going Joker. Sucker Punch failed. Perfect. Fake Out because we're going to do some damage here. Flinch. Now, I think it's probably going to do Drill Peck again. I'm going to Reflect. Drill Peck. Yikes! That did a lot of damage. Okay. Oh, yeah, because it's Super Luck with Scope Lens. Okay. Shoot. Wow. Yeah, a crit's gonna break right through that screen. Luckily, that's how much it does with the crit there. Skarmy was a little bit more offensive. Yeah, this thing is like just chaining critical hits on me. If I still had Flash Fire on Benimaru, of course you Drill Pecked. And I am faster. If I wasn't before, I am now. But unfortunately, it has Sucker Punch, and that's going to take me out here. Unless I anticipate Sucker Punch. Watch it not have even been going for Sucker. It didn't. No, because it would have failed. Oh, I just sold. Okay. Alright. We're almost there. We're almost there. Slowly but surely figuring it out. Gajeel. Benimaru. Anticipate the knockoff. Go Goku. Close combat. Jogouge. Anticipate the Sludge Wave. Go Gajeel. Anticipate the Dragon Pulse. Go Luck. Tank the Dragon Pulse. Ice Beam. Obstagoon comes back out. Close combat is what we're anticipating. So we're going Benimaru. Knockoff again, but since we have no item, it's not going to do anything. Now we close combat to take out Obstagoon. Honchko comes out, and it goes for Sucker Punch here. It will not be able to get that Sucker Punch off, however. Next it goes for Drill Peck, but first we Fake Out. Let's do some free damage there. We're going to Reflect, even though it has Super Luck and a Scope Lens, so that it's not going to come in handy a lot here. Next thing we're going to do is... I forget what it did against Gajeel. I think it anticipated our switch and went Heat Wave here, right? No, Drill Pecked again. We lived that. Then I think we went Iron Head, right? We lived the Heat Wave and went Iron Head. Yeah, barely lived the Heat Wave. And then I forget what it does here. It outspeeds, right? And so because of that, it can go for a lot of things and be more or less okay. If it goes for a Night Slash, I don't know. Let's send in Benny, hoping that it was going to go for a Sucker Punch. Nope, Drill Peck. That's right, and I knew that too. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is Ability Pill here. Because actually, if I can anticipate the... Hold on. Ability Pill, use... Need it back to Flash Fire. And then... Berry pouch. Definitely just saved over a save state, but whatever. Alright, here we go. Gosh, heal. Benny. Ah, okay, he stayed in. That's a new one. Well, either way, anticipating the Sludge Wave. Let's go Gagil. Nope, Dragon Pulse. Okay, interesting. Well, you know what? Let's go Iron Head, right? Do the damage. Should still be able to send in luck here for the KO. Yep. Alright. Slightly unorthodox method to get there, but we got there. All Klefki could do right now is try to go Spikes. So I'm gonna Thunderbolt. Yeah, not let it do that. I mean, it's attacking moves, right? You could try it, but it's so much slower that I don't know why it would do that. Braviary. Alright, another Mon that we are definitely faster than. 75. You know, alright, damage calc. Time for me to get let down again by the damage calculator telling me that, that this Braviary is actually going to tank it, like, massively. Alright, Braviary, level 56. Nature is Jolly. Not that it matters, but the ability is Defiant at 100% health. Now, see, I'm being told that Ice Beam is a guaranteed OHKO. And I've been let down before. Ah, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wrong damage calculator on that one. Okay, that was the normal mode damage calculator, so that would help explain why some of those were inaccurate. Let's set this up on the hardcore mode calculator. Overmelt Ice. Alright, I'm still getting a guaranteed OHKO read. Because I don't trust the damage calculators, like, at all, I'm going to save state there and hope for the best with Ice Beam here. Alright, cool. Now it's just Honchkrow. If he does anything but Sucker Punch, I win. But I simply don't see why he would do anything but Sucker Punch. No. Yeah. Because Ice Beam, we win. even Thunderbolt we win. Unfortunately, Sucker Punch guaranteed OHKO, right? Night Slash OHKO. Drill Peck is a 2-hit KO. So, what if save state like right here, right? And let's start off hoping it doesn't Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do, right? Knowing that it Sucker Punches, Sucker Punch fails, we Thunder Wave. Now it's paralyzed. We can either hope that Sucker Punch, you know, full paralysis, or he goes for something else. All right, there we go. Looks like he went for something else. There we go. Murkrow gets instant kill on Perish Song as an egg move. Yeah, Murkrow can definitely be a problem if set up right. Although Perish Song on Murkrow doesn't scare me too much, just because nobody ever stays in for Perish Song, you know? Like, it's definitely a good move for forcing switches, but given that it also, in most cases, forces the user to switch, it's kind of like a trade-off there, too. Alright. Here we go. That's 2 grunts down. 1 more to go. Save state a bunch of times. And then who are we up against for this last Rocket Grunt? Starting with a Slurpuff. Interesting. Alright, I think I've got it. Yeah, alright, I got it. I've got it. Shadow Tag or just a boss killer? I mean, I can't run Shadow Tag if I'm running Prankster. Well, I guess Murkrow doesn't get Shadow Tag anyways. But then again, right, there's that issue again of now the Pokemon that has Shadow Tag, I either have to switch out or risk fainting. But I will say that Mega Gengar with Perish Song used to be a fairly viable strat that people would use as well. Okay, so let's do open with the Grimmsnarl. Make sure we have Flash Fire here. Get Flash Fire. And actually, I am going to take its berry and give it Pokeballs. Charcoal. Alright, there we go. What's going on, Roy Valentine? Cool. Alright. Save state a bunch of times here again. Oops. This one I don't anticipate being quite as hard. But obviously you never know. Alright, open up with Fake Out to break Sash. Now I anticipate it's going to go for a Fairy type move. At this point we send in... Okay. I'll take that. Honestly, I was hoping it would go for Dazzling Gleam, and then I could bait it into either Fire Blast or Thunderbolt, which would be good for both Ceruledge and Zebstrika. Alright, Hydreigon has a Life Orb, Dragon Pulse, Fickle Beam, Dark Blast, U-turn. Sorry, Dark Pulse, Fickle Beam, Fire Blast, U-turn. I don't think it's going to Fickle Beam, it's not going to U-turn. Could Dark Pulse. In the event that it Fire Blasts, let's see. We are faster than it. Let's hope that it Fire Blasts here. Dark Pulse, alright, I'll take that. It's not going to stay in. Probably going to go Golurk or Primarina. No, it stays in. Interesting. Alright, well, free KO. 2 free KOs so far. All that's left is Magnezone, Golurk, and Primarina. Magnezone... Why does everybody have a Focus Sash, man? That's annoying. Alright, this thing is almost certainly going to go for either Hyper Voice with Liquid Voice or Calm Mind here. Could also go for Psychic, but I think it's not going to. So, let's say... Let's go Joker. It has leftovers though too, so that's something to be. Should probably also give Luck the Magnet instead of the Never Melt Ice. But also we might want that Never Melt Ice for dealing with Golurk. I don't know, TBD. TBD. If only I had a physical electric type. Actually, no. I was gonna say we could also bring Toad back for Primarina, but it does carry Psychic, and that's a little bit concerning. I'm thinking we go... Did Silph Co admins pre-Giovanni go deathless? I haven't reached them yet. They're after this. I'm gonna go Joker. I'm gonna go Joker. Pretty confident it's not gonna go Draining Kiss. Good call on Joker. Alright. Fake out. Although that leftovers is gonna bring back most of that health anyways. Now I could put up screens, although it's probably gonna go Hyper Voice. Let's put up a screen here. Not Hyper Voice, Draining Kiss. Calm Mind is really, really not good, actually. That's really bad for business. If I had like a Toxicroak here or something, that would be really good. Unfortunately, we do not have that luxury. Alright, let's see what Luck can do. We do have our screens up. This thing's about to be at full health again. I kind of feel like I wasted my... Alright, well, that's great. 2 Calm Minds. What more could I want, right? I'm gonna T-Bolt. I was gonna Thunder Wave, but I just want to see how much we do with a Thunderbolt, even though they're plus... not even half. Alright, well this is just taunting me now. Let this critical hit come through though, see if Primarina is still feeling like setting up. Crit, please? Please? No crit. Alright, yeah. That's fine. So, opens with Slurpuff. We fake out to Break Sash. Primarina. Who is the answer to Primarina besides Luck? Because Luck can tank anything as long as it doesn't get the Calm Minds off. One thing that I do want to do though is give Luck the Magnet. There we go. Now for Primarina. Primarina's weaknesses are what? Grass, Electric, Poison. We do have a Moongus. Okay, how about this? How about go to the PC, swap a Moongus out for maybe Lopunny. I don't think we have much of a use case for here. And then let's see. What is this? This is Sonic Adventures 2. Go to our bag, go to TMs. Wait, no, yeah, isn't Toxic banned in hardcore mode? Let me check the notes here. I'm pretty sure they disabled Toxic. Ah, okay, yeah. Toxic and Leech Seed are only allowed on specific Pokemon. Amoonguss is not one of them. That's annoying. Alright. Not that, you know, the entire strategy was really revolving too much around it, but it would have been nice to have the ability just in case. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the moves I have available to me. Venoshock doubles if the foe is poisoned, but I have no way of poisoning right now. I could go like Poison Powder Venoshock. I could try to do that, but I don't think it's really going to do much for us. Alright, I'm going to try one more time with the team as is, including Amoonguss though. Fake out. It's going to go Misty Explosion. We're going to overly tank that with Gajeel. Dragon. Goes Dark Pulse. Again, overly tanking with Goku. For some reason, he doesn't switch out here. So we just close combat for the KO. And now Primarina comes out. Now we know she opens up with Psychic, right? Right, I want to send in Luck. Problem is, Luck can only take one hit. Everything Primarina has is going to 2-hit KO. I would much rather Fake Out, right? A little bit of free damage here. Next, send in Luck. She's Calm-Minded one time. We do have the Magnet though, right? I think. We have the Magnet. So I can Thunderbolt just to see how much this will do. Does she get cocky and calm mind again? Knowing that she lives this? No. Hyper Voice. Yeah. Alright. We need a physical attacker then. One that can hit hard, hit heavy. Either physical attacker or just flat out a better switch in. Oh, what if actually, hold on. Hold on. Forget about that. Let's go here. What if instead of so we go here, everything's the same. What if instead of Infernape, we go Luck? Alright, so we still take damage there. With Ice Beam, is this a KO? I hope so. If not, then we have bigger problems. Of course it's not. Alright. Right, because now I could put the Never Melt Ice back on Luck, and that becomes a KO. But then I don't think Thunderbolt... I mean, either way, it's not a KO on Primarina. I think our best bet is to get a physical attacker. That's not Blaziken. Let's see. Skarmory can't get Hazards or Whirlwinds at this point in the game. The Hazard tutor isn't until Cinnabar Island. And Whirlwind, let me see when it learns Whirlwind. Whirlwind is learned by breeding. That seems excessive. have to breed Skarmory, and that's a whole ordeal. Yeah, let's find a physical attacker. So we're gonna leave Pokemon Tower. It's annoying because we had a Lavender who would be perfect for this, actually. But there are others that I can use. All right. Yeah. Alright, yeah, the sucker punch user. Let's go with Benny for this. Alright. Head back down. Safe States isn't cheating in Nuzlocke. Not in Radical Red, it's not. Because you have an AI that also cheats. So you got to be able to test out different strategies at any given moment. Safe States has also never really been cheating in a Nuzlocke. Only rules of a Nuzlocke are that when Pokemon faint, can't use them again, and that you're limited in encounters. Plus the nicknaming thing that some people choose to follow if they want. Alright, let's go back to Celadon. Let's see, this was Oranguru, right? Yeah. Oranguru is not necessarily going to give us what we need. Although it might, right? Because Oranguru does get access to Psyshock, which, while not being a physical move itself, does do damage based on the opponent's physical defense. So taking that into account, Oranguru has a base special attack of only 90. For some reason I thought it was higher. Okay. Base special attack of 90. Base speed of 60, compare that to Primarina's base speed of also 60. So we'd be in a speed tie here. And it's timid nature, so it actually would be faster. But as long as I can tank one hit, right, a nice Psyshock should be able to do somewhat decent damage. We would also get access to Trick Room at this level too, which could be useful. Alright, I'll consider Oranguru. I forget who the other Mon was, too. Let's do Time Change to Night here. Cramorant, yeah, I don't really have much to do with that. Unless I wanted another Defog user, I guess, right? Let me think what else I can do. Is there anything back here for me? Of course, if I really wanted to, I could always buy another starter egg using shards, but I don't want to exploit that mechanic too much if I don't have to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I guess we have a Leafeon now. There we go. I just said I wanted a, Now, I don't know how... Right, we already had an Eevee at some point in the game who we evolved into an Espeon to help us take out Clodsire and Toxicroak on Misty's team. This is a Giftmon, not an encounter, and we have established that Giftmons and encounters are considered different for our challenge here just because of, you know, the impossibly difficult nature of Radical Red. So I think we get to keep this, right? Because Duplicate Cause states that you can keep looking for Mons. I don't know, it doesn't really say anything about if you get another of the same Mon, though. So, it is a duplicate. I gotta read the rules though. Let me see here. Duplicate clause. If the first Pokemon in an area is one the player already owns, then attempt to catch it. That's the thing though, right, Ted? Dupes doesn't say you're not allowed to have the same Mon. Dupes says that if you do get the same Mon, you don't have to catch it. What it doesn't say is that you can't get a duplicate. Every person I've seen do Radical Red Nuzlocke usually does dupes as new encounter. Right, but that's the thing, right? This is not like one of those typical situations. Because if it were I encountered a wild Eevee and then caught it and then encountered another wild Eevee, right? In like a different area, I would be able to skip that and not use it as my encounter. However, I already have, right? We already have the Eevee encounter from the daycare that we got. What it doesn't, and that's what I'm trying to figure out with the rules is, do I have to skip the duplicate or not? In most situations, yes, it makes sense to skip the duplicate because you don't really have any benefit of having, you know, more than one of the same Mon. However, Eevee's a rare case because from Eevee, you get the option for so many other different Pokemon. So I have to see if there is any reason. Let's see. So within the optional rules, it doesn't say so. Within Nuzlocke variants. Within Nuzlocke rules, that just has level cap. Can't use items. And set battle mode, we already have that on. Yeah, I could also go the starter egg, right? And try to get a grass type starter there too, which would avoid the duplicate also. So I might do that. But like, is that, you know, does that make it necessarily any harder? If anything, I feel like that makes it easier, right? Because a Leafeon, well, a Leafeon would be good in this situation. A Leafeon is going to be much more limited versus if I kept resetting for like a Decidueye or a Chestnut, you know? Or like a Rillaboom. A Rillaboom would be great to have, actually. Because Grassy Glide or Wood Hammer would make very quick work. So I would love to get a Rillaboom too. In fact, I might do that over the Eevee. Let me see. Is there anywhere besides... Doesn't seem like there's anywhere besides the starter egg or choosing Grookey as your starter that you can get Grookey. So I could get that. They're randomized, yeah, but you just reset. Very easy to do that. Let's see. Alternatively, we also have the game corner, which I haven't used yet. Although none of the game corner encounters seem like they would be particularly helpful. Toxel wouldn't be terrible, but Toxel is a special attacker. We are looking for a physical attacker here. Same thing with like Rotom if we want Mo Rotom. And I already used my egg to get Infernape also. So either way, that would be like kind of a duplicate too. Here's the plan. I'm going to take this Eevee, and I'm not going to use it yet. Alright, take this Eevee. Name it TBD. To be determined. And we'll figure out what we're going to do with that Eevee later. So we leave the Eevee in the box for now. Grab whatever this is. Loaded dice. Okay, that's actually pretty helpful because we also have the Bullet CTM. If I can get a decent one that learns Bullet Seed. So I have the Raid Den. There. I have the Raid Den in Diglett Cave, although that Raid Den is only going to return, I believe, Misdreavus or Stonejourner, so not really anything that I'm super excited about there. What was the other mon that I had seen at the Raid Den actually on Route 16? I don't quite remember. Let me check. Because it was Oranguru, and then when I switched to nighttime, it was somebody else that I'm now blanking on. Couldn't have been that important though if I just kept riding past it. Let's see. Get Oranguru or Cramorant. Yeah, that's right. Can't do anything with Cramorant either. So right now it's looking like our options are we reset for Grookey, or we go Leafeon, or we try to make Stonejourner work. Stonejourner is slow though, like really slow. Even if we were to give it like, I don't even know if we can get Stone Edge yet, right? Stone Edge might potentially do some damage to Primarina, but even then, I don't really want to rely on it. I don't think that is our best course of action here. Route 7. Did I use my encounter on Route 7? Let me see. That's not where I meant to go. Dexnav. I did not use my Route 7 encounter. Sawsbuck. Okay, wait a minute. Sawsbuck could be helpful. As could Flapple. I'm leaning more towards Sawsbuck just because Flapple, I believe, gets the most use when it has Hustle, and that's kind of a risk. You can also get Oranguru here. Let's look at their learn sets and their stats. Yeah, Raid Den encounters are kind of weird. So yeah, you're correct. They are tied to the time of day, but like the day itself will determine what like group of Pokemon, you know what I'm saying, right? So you're gonna get an encounter during the day, an encounter during the night, but those are going to be the exact same within like the system's actual 24-hour window. So if I wanted different Pokemon other than Cramorant or Oranguru, I would have to either wait for tomorrow or figure out what this game pulls from for my system clock. Probably just my actual system clock, but I know that different ROMs and stuff are weird. Flapple's quad water resist, this is true, but I don't know if it can tank a Draining Kiss or a Calm Mind. Well, obviously it's tanking a Calm Mind. A Calm-minded Draining Kiss is what I mean. Let's see though. Flapple also gets a Mega, which would be nice down the line. And we'd only need a Leaf Stone. Speed is 70, so it does outspeed Primarina by 10 base speed points. Base attack of 110. and it gets access to Grab Apple at level 32, which is good because it'll also lower the defenses of Primarina. We also get access to Dragon Dance, which is really, really helpful. And Outrage at this level, too. Alright, Flapple has a lot going for it. And what else was I looking at here? Abilities, yeah. We could also just not give it Hustle, right? I do have a Wide Lens if I wanted to do that. Give it a Wide Lens so that we don't feel the impact of Hustle as much. But also we have Ripen to double the berry effects and Gluttony. So 3 pretty decent abilities. Hustle is not one that I'm a huge fan of, but we have countermeasures for that. So that's Flapple. Let's check Sawsbuck. Oh, real quick also, let me check Flapple's special defense, because I did not pay attention to that. Flapple's special defense is 60. Okay, so lackluster special defense, but if we set it up right, it'll be able to hit Primarina hard enough that we don't even have to worry about that. Sawsbuck, on the other hand, also has an attack of 110, so same base attack stat. It's a little bit faster at 105 speed, actually a lot faster, and has higher special defense at 70. Okay, that's good to know. So the special defense difference is more or less negligible. 10 points, here or there might make a difference between living by this much and a KO, but again, we're not really going to be betting on that. Abilities, Chlorophyll, boost speed in the sun, double speed in the sun, so we won't be worrying about that during this battle. Serene Grace is what I would really be interested in here, right? We can promote the added effects of moves, so things like, I believe it gets Headbutt for the flinch, and then Sap Sipper will boost attack if we're hit by a grass type move, but again, there are no grass type attacks that we're up against here. In terms of its move set, get Horn Leech upon evolving, so we'll have Horn Leech, and that'll also restore health, which is good. Base attack power of 75. Also get access to Double Edge, Energy Ball, but we'd probably be running a physical set. Bullet Seed, which is good because we can throw in the loaded dice there. Earthquake as well when we get that TM. Grassy Glide is a TM and we'd have access to that. Okay. Am I going to Shiny Hunt as well? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Radical Red, this game is stressful enough as it is. Shout out Shiny Hunters, but yeah. Your Mega Stones. Okay, so I could get the Mega Stones from them, but I don't have the Mega Ring yet either. But again, when I do get the Mega Ring, they could prove helpful there. I'm between the two. Let me do a side by side between Flapple and Sawsbuck. So HP, Sawsbuck takes it by 10 points. Sawsbuck having 80 to Flapple 70. Attack, they are tied both at 110. Defense, Flapple takes it a little bit. Their stats are more or less the same, right? That's the interesting part. Defense, Flapple takes it by 10 over Sawsbuck's 10 with 80. Sawsbuck 70. Special attack, I'm not worried about really because those are both physical attackers. But if you're curious, Sawsbuck has a special attack of 60. Flapple's is 95. So Flapple can actually work more as a mixed attacker if we need to. So far, a little bit more of an advantage to Flapple if you ask me. Special defense, 70 for Sawsbuck, 60 for Flapple, but I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference. Speed, they are not tied. I was wrong about that. Special defense, they were tied. Speed, Flapple is at 70, whereas Sawsbuck is at 105. So equal bulkiness. Sawsbuck is faster, but has to be a physical attacker. Flapple is slower, but does get access to Dragon Dance and a Mega. Let me think. Dragon Dance, a Mega, could run as a mixed attacker. It's a lot going for it for sure. Abilities, Everything. You know what? I think all things considered, it makes the most sense for me to go for Flapple. For at least for this fight in particular, I can worry about other fights, you know, further down the line. But it just makes the most sense to go for Flapple. Yeah. Appleton's Mega gets Contrary. That is a good ability. Does it get, I know Appleton gets Draco Meteor, so it can definitely take advantage of that. Does it have anything else it can use to take advantage of Contrary? Or just Draco Meteor to boost that special attack? I'm probably going to go Flapple. Let's go Flapple. So, let me check the Pokemon list, see about the time of day here that you encounter it at, if that matters. Route 7. Nope, doesn't matter. Applin has a 10% encounter chance regardless of the time of day. Alright. In that case, let me go ahead and turn off the Infinite Repel. And let's save states. Save state right here. It's Leaf Storm as well. Okay, Leaf Storm is not bad either. Would I use Mega Applin? Or Mega Appleton, I guess is the question then. Because it does sound pretty decent. Alright, I guess Applin doesn't want to show up this time. Looking at its stats too, right? Besides its speed stat, Appleton Mega, 110 HP, 105 attack, 135 special attack, which is really, really good. Defense and special defense both at 100. Mega Flapple, 135 on the special attack, 145 on the attack is crazy. HP is much lower. Speed has been boosted to 105 though. Which one do I want to go with? I might go Appleton then. Or I could go Diplin Hydrapple is also an option that I have. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. There's no Mega for Hydrapple. Yeah, I don't want that. I'll probably end up going Appleton for the long run then. But if this is a direct counter for Primarina, then it might make just more sense to go Flapple. We'll see. They both evolve from stones, question mark? Yeah, they both evolve from stones. So what I can do is get the moveset right and then test each of them. I can't even learn, you can't learn anything until it actually evolves, never mind. Okay, in that case, we'll see. I can test both though and see which one works out better. Perfect. Applin. Perfect. Give a nickname. Let's see. Make sure I spell this right. I know it's only 4 letters, but I didn't want to end up looking foolish. Little Death Note reference. Alright, cool. I'm comfortable saving state here, I think. I don't think I'll really want to get anything else in this area, so I'm fine locking that encounter. Alright, let's go to the PC. Grab Ryuk. And swap out, I don't really have a use case for you. Do I have a Sunstone or do I gotta go buy one? Let's find out. I'm gonna start with Leaf Stone actually. Let's start with Leaf Stone. This is going to be... Oops. I hit B. Alright, Flapple. So I got Wing Attack. We're gonna go and get our rare candies. Dragon Rush. Not now. I can learn it later. Wait a minute. Where is... There it is. Okay, Grab Apple. I was like, I know I didn't lose out on its signature move due to level caps. Alright, let's try out Flapple. See how this goes. Where is, there's a Bullet Seed. Here. Move, relearn. I guess we'll do Dragon Rush also. I'll probably do Outrage too. Do I not get Dragon Dance yet? Yeah, it's supposed to get Dragon Dance at level 48. Where did that go? Alright, no Dragon Dance. A little disheartening, but we'll live. It makes sense that they would have made it harder for me to get Dragon Dance anyways. Alright, cool. So, got that. Let me think. Anything else I need? Maybe an item? I don't have a Miracle Seed, right? To boost the grass type moves. Yeah, no Miracle Seed. Let me see where to get that. If I can pick it up somewhere real quick. Apparently I was supposed to get them in Viridian Forest, but whatever. Not the end of the world there. What's going on? Narrow. Okay. So, other than that, I think we're looking good. I'll probably give it then... Let me see what ability it has, too. Doubles berry effects. Okay. I could give it Hustle, which I don't think I'll do. I could, actually. I could give it Hustle and Wide Lens. As frustrating as that ability tends to be. Go Adamant on the Nature. So you want maximum damage here. If we go adamant on the nature, yeah. Poke Rider. Head back up to Pokemon Tower. See what happens when we try to take on the Grunt. Guess I'm going no item for now. Doubling berry effects is kind of nice though, right? Get more health from like a citrus berry or something like that. Oh, wrong way there. Alright. Last score. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to run in front of him like that. I meant to save state. Crap. Alright. Whatever. We have the save state from... That's not what I meant to do at all. In fact, I think I just messed it up really bad. I meant to check my save states. And we do have the save state from right here when we first got Flapple. Alright. Well. Oh well. Guess I had to do that anyways, right? Let's go back to the PC. Move Ryuk. And let's do that all over again. So, put Ryuk here. Put our bag. Leaf Stone. We'll fast forward this time. Candy. Astonish. We went with a Bullet Seed. Alright, now let's head back over to Lavender Town. Is Radical Red really that tough? Hey, I think so. I think so. To be fair, I'm making it a lot harder on myself by also trying to do Nuzlocke. Although I admittedly have not stuck to many of the rules super strictly. Obviously, I've been sticking to the, Pokemon Faint, you can't use them anymore rule. But I've done a little bit of loophole manipulation for the encounters, because if you ask me, that's what really makes the Nuzlocke the hardest in my opinion, is not the, I'm going to save state. Saved state a few times, actually. Yeah, for me, it's the Nuzlocke difficulty comes less from the fact that your Pokemon are unusable after they faint, and more from the fact that you're limited in your encounters. Because it could be like, let's say you're up against a gym leader or somebody. Oops. Wait a minute, what? Oh, I don't have infinite repel on. Okay, right, yeah. For a second, I was like, why is Cubone here? Infinite repel back on. Yeah, it's less about that because, let's say you're about to fight a gym leader, right? Let's say it's like Brock, and you're struggling because, your team's weak to rock type. Let's say you chose Charmander because, that fire types are the best type out there. So you chose Charmander, and you're struggling against Brock because he's a rock type specialist. you, in theory, could be blocked from going to route, I believe it's route 2 or 3, and grabbing either a Bellsprout or a Mankey to help you out if you already caught, let's say, a Spearow there, right? So now you're stuck with a flying type and a fire type and a rock type gym, and you can't really do anything about it. So that, if you ask me, is part of what makes it hard. And then Radical Red also includes their level caps too. So early game, the level caps really trip you up by blocking your access to a lot of, Pokemon that would otherwise be really good with their movesets. It blocks your access to those movesets. So that's another part of the challenge. And then finally, the AI in this game is really, really good. Really, really good. Obviously, Pokemon AI has gotten better over the years. As of Gen 9, I'm pretty sure that oftentimes the AI can even do things like predict moves now, right? And predict switches and stuff like that. Not only does the AI here predict moves and switches, but it also has access to your team's information. So the Pokemon that are on the team, their moves, abilities, and items, as well as the AI has the ability to make real-time decision changes, which is really, really big there. So, for example, right, I had Grimmsnarl in Dark and Fairy type up against Slurpuff, who was a Fairy type, and because I had Grimmsnarl in, and Grimmsnarl is weak to Fairy type moves, Slurpuff went for a Fairy type move. I anticipated that. I sent in my Steel type Skarmory to resist it. What the AI has the ability to do is the moment that I click Shift, right, select to switch in Skarmory, the AI can change its move option, right, its move choice from Misty Explosion to Slurpuff also carries Fire Blast and Thunderbolt. So if AI really wanted to, the AI could change its move to a move that Skarmory is weak to, even after it's already determined it was going to use a Fairy type move originally for Grimmsnarl. So that's also something that players have to be wary of. Although my understanding is that it doesn't do that like real-time change thing all the time, and it's relatively easy to avoid it doing that if you just don't switch too often. Alright, next we are going Goku. Close combat here. Alright, Primarina. Let's see how Ryuk does. Assuming that she's either going to Calm Mind, Psychic, or Hyper Voice. Psychic. Nice. Does this get the KO? Ah, so close. Alright, that's fine. I hate that this is like the most complicated way of doing it because I don't have access to the full PC from the menu here. But what I meant to do, because I also don't have a Miracle Seed due to the care packages not activating the way I anticipated it. Should be at the bottom of the bag now. Alright, that Muscle Band should give us that little boost that we needed there. Save state a couple more times. Fake out. Honestly, if I anticipated Misty Explosion, I probably didn't even need the fake out there. But just to be safe. I think the fake out really sells it to the AI that like Grimmsnarl is here to stay and not just to bait out Misty Explosion. Alright, cool. So that would have been a KO. Magnezone, Volt Switch, Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Fire. Oh, okay. Hopefully he goes goes Thunderbolt. No, he wouldn't go Thunderbolt. Probably gonna go Volt Switch then. Anticipating I don't have anything to damage it, probably gonna go Volt Switch. Could go Flash Cannon. I think either way, it's a relatively safe bet to go Benimaru here. But I think Flash Cannon is what he's gonna do. Yeah. Bitter Blade. Alright, I wasn't sure if he was going to stay in or not. Benny has a spell tag, though. I think we would have been better off giving it Charcoal there just for the extra damage, but no need, apparently. Primarina. Ah. Okay, this thing is smart. I don't have a safe switch in. Maybe he expects me to switch out. Or maybe he's going to go for the Hyper Voice for the KO. Let's see. Alright, we need Calm Mind or Hyper Voice here. Do we live this? Oh, let's go. Shout out the Quad Resist. Now Grav Apple should come and make waves here. With Muscle Band plus Super Effective plus Stab. Dude, you're not, like, are we, really? There's no, you are not convincing me that it lives that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's see. What I want to find out is this a low roll? Or was I just doomed to never OHKO this thing to begin with? Marina, Team Rocket Grunt set. Alright. Looking up. Flapple. At level 56. The Adamant Nature. I could always give it Hustle too. If I give it Hustle plus the Wide Lens, Primarina goes down 100,000%. So with a Muscle Band. Wow, yeah, no, that was a 68% chance to OHKO, and we got low rolled. You know what? That's fine. Let's go ahead, and I'm not gonna do. Do I want to take the risk on a high roll, or do I want to take the risk on Hustle? I think I want to take the risk on Hustle, to be honest. I'm feeling like a gambling man right now. And instead of that Muscle Band, go ahead and give him a Wide Lens. Alright. So let me just... I know Hustle reduces accuracy by 20%. So instead of having 100 accuracy, Grav Apple has 80. Wide Lens, let me see how much it increases accuracy by. I think like 1.2. 10% only. 1.1. That's actually kind of disheartening, because that means that we only get 88 accuracy on Grav Apple. That's really not all that good. What's going on, Guga2? Lovely! How we doing? Should I Poke MMO? I should. It's been recommended to me a few times. I feel like I should. Could take the risk. Alright, you know what? I'm going to take the risk on Hustle here. Play a little bit of the RNG game. So it starts with Slurpuff, whatever it's, oh, there we go. We're going to go in with Fake Out. Boom. Switch in now to Gajeel. Fast forward that because I've seen it a million times. Go Goku. Tank that overly. Close combat. Goes down. Alright, Primarina. We send out Ryuk. Tank Psychic. You know what else I could have done, actually? Rather than going, Hustle Grab Apple, it has that ability Ripen, which doubles the... So the Ripen or Gluttony. I think Ripen, one of them doubles the effects of berries, one of them causes them to eat berries earlier. Either way, if we go with Ripen, the one that doubles the effects of berries, or just eat berries earlier, restore more health, what I'm getting at is if we put Ryuk in a position to then be able to survive potentially one Draining Kiss from Primarina, that would give us a safe switch in for when the AI sets us up for Primarina versus Cerulege. But I think I'm going to do Grab Apple here and hope it doesn't miss. If it misses, whole hustle strategy goes out the window. There we go. Alright, Primarina is getting KO'd here, 100%. If it doesn't, the game's rigged. Thank you. Perfect. Next is Magnezone. It's gonna go Flash Cannon for sure. Question is, who's my switching here? Benny's attack is 162. Kind of wishing I had Adamant Nature on it. Oh, okay, so Benny actually has the highest physical attack stat currently, because we know that we're running Jolly Nature on Infernape, so it's going to benefit its speed more than its attack. Tank this very easily, and we actually get all our health back due to Bitter Blade. Oh, okay. Want to know what I'm thinking? Here's what I'm thinking. If we go to our damage calc again, Cerulege, blank set, level 56, with 135 out of 167 health, about 81%, against Magnezone. Obviously, Flash Cannon, we're tanking. Hidden Power Fire, we have Flash Fire, so we're overly tanking. Thunderbolt's a 2-hit KO, and Volt Switch is a 3-hit KO. If Thunderbolt crits, let me see here. Thunderbolt critting is still a 2-hit KO, so what I'm going to do is... Oh, what I'm curious about actually, though, is can I OHKO this thing with Bitter Blade? No, Bitter Blade's a 2-hit KO. Interesting. But I do get health back. Let me see. With the health I get back, I should be good. But just to be safe, you know what? No, alright. Taking risks here. I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, anticipating a switch into... Or he could just Volt Switch, anticipating that I can't OHKO. Let's just Bitter Blade, actually. Okay, good move, Bitter Blade. What I was going to say was the last Mon that Team Rocket has is a Golurk. Very, very powerful, physically attacking Ghost and Ground type. If they did pivot into Golurk, then getting a free Will-O-Wisp off, wow, that did a lot more than I thought it would. Getting a free Will-O-Wisp off would have been really, really good for us. Alright, Golurk is the final Mon on their team. I definitely can't OHKO this. Maybe I can. I mean, Shadow Claw's not as strong as Bitter Blade, but Magnezone also had a base defense of 115. Golurk has a base defense of only 90. It does have a base attack of 124, and it carries Earthquake, Shadow Punch, Heat Crash, and Ice Punch. Heat Crash is not going to be what it selects. Ice Punch probably not either, so between Earthquake and Shadow Punch. If it goes Earthquake, we can actually put ourselves in a decent position here, right? Because we can swap into Skarmory to be immune to it. What if we go here, right? I'm thinking Joker to set up Reflect. Once we set up Reflect, I don't know. Alternatively, I think Ryuk could do it too. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Let's do a little bit of experimenting here. Do a safe state right there. Now, anticipating he's going to go for the Earthquake and not the Shadow Punch. If he goes for the Shadow Punch, Yikes. If he goes for the Earthquake... Alright, well, he went for the Shadow Punch. Opposite of what we wanted him to do. Goes for the Shadow Punch. Send out Joker. Next, we Reflect. I'm going to Sucker Punch here, hoping that... Oh, alright. Yeah, if Joker tanks this, then Joker wins it for us. Here we go. Joker wins it for us. GG's. Alright, nice. That is it for the Lavender Town Team Rocket teams, man. Those were a lot harder than I thought they would be, but we got them done. Next, we're headed to Saffron City to take on Archer and Ariana at Silph Co. I believe that's also where we get the Master Ball, but it wouldn't particularly matter. I get the Poke Flute. So we can look up that Snorlax. Yeah, it wouldn't particularly matter because we have Easy Catch on. Meaning that all Pokeballs have a Master Ball's catch rate. There we go. Alright, let's go heal up. Go work, team. When we go up against Ariana, it's a double battle. Ariana and Archer. They lead with Incineroar and Galarian Articuno. Okay. And then we have Brendan to help us out. He leads with Masquerain. Yay. No, why is he leading with Masquerain? And Articuno, Galarian Articuno has competitive. It's going to get the special attack boost as soon as he sends out Masquerain. Oh, Lord. All right, Brendan, please lead with Exploud. I know he's not going to, though. But whatever. We can wake up Snorlax. Not that we necessarily need to. But it doesn't hurt to have a Snorlax. So... how do I get around these people before I went that way, right? Here. That's Saffron. We should be able to go into Silph Co right now. Yep. Alright, we can go in there. First thing that I want to do, though, is just to see the other areas that I have access to, you know? Poke Rider, Celadon. So now wake up Snorlax, go all the way around, get access to more areas. More areas means more encounters. Oh, we're also gonna have to fight Giovanni at Silph Co? Oh, that's annoying. Honestly, I'm probably gonna end this stream soon, and then I'll pick up later if I end up streaming later too. I did say that this was probably going to be either like a super long stream day or a double stream day, just because I realized that Champions is coming out soon, and I would ideally like to finish that before playing Champions. If it doesn't work out that way, it doesn't work out that way. But that's what I'm aiming for. Giga Impact. Alright, Snorlax is not serious. Wait, why am I battling this thing? What am I doing? I have Easy Catch. Just took Sandstorm damage for no reason. Oh, and Snorlax has leftovers. That is phenomenal. Because now I can give that to other mons on my team. Nickname for Snorlax, yes. I feel like I already had a Pokemon named Fat Gum, but I feel like it would also be pretty remiss to not name Snorlax Fat Gum. Or Juggernaut. Shout out Fire Force. I wouldn't say Juggernaut's one of my favorite characters from Fire Force, but I do think he's pretty underrated. I like the constant gimmick of, like, no matter what attacks he gets hit with, right? He could be, like, totally torn up, lower half missing from his body. He'll be like, no, I'm fine. Like, you know, What did he say? What Pokemon is he looking for? Fully evolved Kanto starter capable of Mega Evolution. You'll get its Mega Stone. Well, I don't have that. Yeah, I do think it's funny how Juggernaut could be like hit with the... What do you mean I need Erica and Sabrina's badges? That's whack. Well, I have Erica's. Yeah, you can get... Juggernaut can get hit with anything and be like, yeah, I was wearing layers. Like, I'm good, I'm good. I protected myself, you know, 2 coats. Alright, guess we're headed to Silph Co. Get the Poke Rider. I think what I'm going to do is I'll fight my way through Silph Co. and then I'll end stream right before Archer and Ariana. And then I'll probably go live again in like 2-3 hours. Just gotta get some housekeeping stuff done, you know, get ready for work tomorrow, as well as making dinner, do a little bit of meal prepping too. Ah, well, if I can just take the elevator, I'm sure they're at the top floor. Oh, this is the one that has the warp panels and stuff. That's right. Okay. On second thought, guess we're starting from the first floor. Alright, so I will be doing the warp puzzle this stream, I guess. Let me check here. So Team Rocket, no bosses in Silph Co. except for Archer, Ariana, and Giovanni. Oh, wow. Is this the last that we hear of Giovanni, then? Until the gym battle? No, there's another battle in Cerulean Cave. Okay. Because I was looking at the Team Rocket encounters, and it was talking about Cerulean Cave, which in traditional Kanto games, you don't access until after beating the Pokemon League. Although, it does seem like there's another side story that takes place revolving Giovanni and Team Rocket in Cerulean Cave with Mewtwo. And that sounds like that's going to be a whole ordeal. So, we'll worry about that when we worry about that. I'm just checking for any mini-bosses before that. Route 12, Picnic Luca, Camper Justin. I'm guessing that Route 12 is that, like... Okay, where's my town map? I'm guessing it's that area that they wouldn't let me go through until I beat Sabrina. 16, 17, maybe not. 15. Ah, Route 12's like down here, near Fuchsia City. Alright. Well, either way, let's solve this warp puzzle. Make our way through. Hidden Power TM. And then we'll call it a stream for now. Second floor. Take that one. I could also very easily look this up too to minimize the amount of battles I have to do. But needs a card key. Oh lord. Alright, I guess. What is this? Team Rocket Scientist in front of me? This guy's Team Rocket though. Electro. Go for an electric type move. It exploded. Alright. It's done. Loki took more damage than I would have liked though. But it's not like we are at any shortage of money or healing. Actually, I haven't really bought any healing items because I can't use them in battle, you know? Let's give the leftovers to somebody, though. Somebody can make use of these. Gajeel. There we go. For a card key from somebody. It's pretty apparent I won't be able to do much until I get that. I'm just gonna look up who has the card key. 5th floor apparently, through the teleporter, and then back, and then down the long hallway. And apparently get it from a scientist. Alright, well, rather than wasting my time with all these guys, let's head to the 5th floor. Teleporter and back. Take him to the 3rd floor. This is the teleporter that we're talking about? Nope. Is that one of those dragon tamer guys? What's he doing in here? You don't have the key card. You wouldn't have the key card. I mean, probably does have the key card actually. Oh, this guy's a trainer. Okay. I thought his walking patterns were not indicative of a trainer, but I was wrong. That's what I get for judging the book by its cover. No, I'll tank this. I don't need to switch. Yeah, there we go. Arcanine, Intimidate. Oh, you survived. That's not bad. Okay. Cool. I should also try playing Pokemon Radical Red? Absolutely not. Never. Never. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Why would I play Pokemon Radical Red? What's wrong with you? Wait, like, what's your problem, actually? What? Are you nuts, dude? Are you nuts? Are you out of your mind? Don't you ever in your life ever suggest that to me ever again. Never. Houndstone. Just try to figure out how to get to one of those beds. You can heal. Ah, nice. Card key. Perfect. Perfect. Not sure exactly what I can do with this, but I'm glad that I have it now. Let's see, can I open this door? Alright, opening a bunch of doors. Battle this guy, okay. Alright, let's give Infernape a rest, and let's go Benny instead. Of course, you swagger. All right. Man said I should also try playing Radical Red. Don't tell me what to do. The audacity of some people, man. Crazy. All right. You said 3rd floor on the left? Alright, let's head up to the 3rd floor. Or I think down. I think I'm above the 3rd floor right now. This is the guy I just fought. It's on the 3rd floor here. That one. We battled that guy. Let's open this door. Protein. Kind of a useless item in minimal grinding, but I'll take it. Oh, body press. Actually, that's really good. I wanted that. I did want that. I was looking for that. Gajo has a pretty good physical defense stat, so body press will come in handy there. I know that isn't who I think it is. I forgot that there was a rival battle here. Let me look at the team and I'll determine if I want to do it. I probably don't. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. He's going to open up with an Azelf, and that's just not something that I feel like dealing with right now. Alright, yeah, he's going to open up with an Azelf and then switch into Celesteela. Again, I'm not dealing with that right now. Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to grab this item, this Hyper Potion right here. I will teleport to right before the rival, right there, just so we know where we are. But I think this is a good place to call it a stream for now. So save state right there. All right, calling it a stream for now. We'll probably be back again live later, but I've been here all afternoon, so you know I do have to do things like cook and laundry and get ready for work tomorrow and stuff like that. But yeah, if I am live again later, I will see y'all then. If I don't get a chance to be live later, then you already know, man. I want to say thank you to y'all for showing up, showing out, and showing love. Special shout out to Guga Too Lovely for making an appearance in the chat as well. For those of y'all who don't know, man, Guga's a very close friend of mine in real life, not just online. And he's actually the one who inspired me to start streaming. So go ahead and give his channel a subscription as well. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here for now. Like I said, if I see y'all later, I'll see y'all later. If not, thanks for popping out. Hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your Sunday, fantastic start of your week, and I'll see you next time, man. Peace.